All right, everyone, welcome to today's training, proven lead magnet strategies and conversion strategies to help you get more leads for your business. So I'm going to jump right into the training and we're going to get going. Let me tell you what we're going to be covering, because this is amazing strategy that you can actually start applying right now to your business to get more customers, to get more leads, and to autopilot the entire process. So we're going to have some lead magnet strategies, and we're going to talk about Facebook ads and some traffic case studies that we've done. And then we're going to show you our funnel setup, step-by-step, our entire funnel setup of how we convert leads. Then we'll create some high converting pages. So we'll show you some high converting pages. And then we're going to dive in and we're going to actually create some live high converting pages. And then we're going to go over some case study on pages that actually convert. And then we'll do some split testing strategies. We'll show you some of the best split testing features and elements that you can actually work on to get your conversions higher. And then we'll teach you some easy products that you can sell. Does that sound good? All right, here we go. Let's jump in. So a lead magnet, I want to define, make sure everybody's on the same page. A lead magnet is a free offer that attracts your buyer and convinces them to give them your contact information. So that means we're simply just creating an offer, any type of an offer, right, for your perfect buyer. And that's really critical. It's got to be your perfect buyer, right, to give to them so that you'll get their contact information. So pretty easy. Most everybody understands that, but most people don't realize the amazing depth of all the different lead magnets out there, right? So here's some of the best converting lead magnets right now. You can do checklists, cheat sheets, templates, swipe files, free book plus shipping. Those of you that follow Russell Brunson, you can see this is a huge lead magnet for him. Cliff notes, scripts, resource lists, PDF video or audio tutorial, ebooks, and transcripts. Pretty good list so far? So let's think about that. A checklist would be, hey, this is what you need in order to do fulfillment. A cheat sheet would be, here's the kind of insider secrets of how to actually get it done. So not every little detail, but more like a Cliff Notes type of a thought process, right? Templates, right? Template of a sales copy, a template maybe of a script, swipe files, something that has already been done that someone can actually just take, copy, and paste from you. Obviously, scripts, resource list. A resource list is fantastic because a lot of people don't know all the different resources that are at their disposal. And so instead of giving them just one or two resources, you give them categories of resources. Like, hey, here's 4 different types of mailers that you can send out. Here's 4 different types of ways that you can do this. Here's 4 different types of resources for email. Here's 4 different types of resources for web building, right? And ebooks, transcripts, and then mind maps are huge converting on mind maps. Guides, reports, infographics, webinars, and my favorite, audits. Now, here's the secret psychology behind, I believe, the best converting lead magnet. People buy when they see themselves in the product. People buy when they see themselves in the product. Just think that for a moment. Is that true? Because you really need to get clarity. If you're going to be marketing, you need to get clarity that people buy when they see themselves in the product. And so I think what's most important as we kind of go through this is you got to think, well, the last time I bought something, think of that. The last time you bought something for somebody, what was that? Put in the chat box, what was the last thing that you bought for somebody? Last thing you bought. And give me an example. Throw it out there in the chat box and let me go through it real quick with you. So, it could have been for a birthday, could have been for a holiday, could have been for an anniversary. What did you buy for somebody? Okay, flowers, that's a good one, right? Diamond earrings, good job, Daryl, right? Sleeping product, Greg says. Dinner for my wife, all right? So some good ones there, right? I bought a Facebook ad course. So here, let me talk about dinner for your wife. So Bill, by the way, congratulations on getting dinner for your wife. Always good to have a date night, keep it fresh. But so in your mind, when you thought about that date night, you could have bought her flowers. You could have done a lot of different things. You could have gone to a lot of different restaurants. But believe it or not, in milliseconds, you don't even know that's happening. Your mind is flipping through ideas, and you're seeing yourself in the moment subconsciously. And as you see yourself in the moment, you're thinking, am I going to be happy? Is she going to be happy? And so all of a sudden, you see the excitement You feel that excitement. You think, yes, this is it, because you're seeing yourself before it even happens, and you're measuring it that way. Does that make sense? And so you bought that. You went to that specific restaurant because you saw yourself in that opportunity. Make sense? So if we can take all of that, so Bill's like, yeah, definitely. So if we can take the most powerful lead magnet there is, I believe that the audit is it. Now, I've done hundreds of lead magnets over the years, and audits are the most powerful because it's not about what I'm telling them or what they could do or what they might be able to do. The entire audit is about them. It's about their SEO. It's about their reputation. It's about their website analytics. It's about their opportunity, right, in their business. It might be an audit in their business of, you might, and this is what consultants do. They go in and they'll do one-on-one consultations with salespeople, and they'll do an audit and kind of a checkup of who the best trained salespeople are in that automotive dealership or in that company. So an audit is the most powerful, right? So is Local Analyzer an audit? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, let me give you 7 lead magnet secrets that help convert. So no matter what audit you're going to be doing, or I'm sorry, what lead magnet you're going to be doing, it's important that you think about these specific ideas. Number one, it needs to solve a problem, right? So we have to think, what is the problem of our perfect buyer? What problem do they have? And the information we give them has to help solve that problem. Now, we call this potato chip marketing, right? You don't give a person a whole bag. You just give them one little chip. They bite the chip, and obviously they want more. Number 2 is it needs to reveal the upsell problem. So these go hand in hand. It's just not a problem, but when the promise of the lead magnet will help solve a problem for them, but the lead magnet itself reveals the opportunity to upsell them. Does that make sense? Everybody get that? Any aha moments going on right now? Go, okay, so I just can't talk about some generic stuff. I just can't talk about, very, hey, this is kind of what you do or should do. It's got to reveal the problem that my product actually solves. It has to articulate uber specific information. So the one thing you and I despise is when we get something and we read it and it's so generic, it's like you really can't sink your teeth into it, right? So you want to get into very specific details. This is why audits are fantastic. It's because they give very specific details about that company or that individual. It gives a very high perceived value. So when they're looking at your lead magnet, are they thinking, well, this was put together in just a few minutes, or this takes a lot of time to gather all this information or to put these strategies or these statistics or this cheat sheet or this transcript or this mind map together? It needs to give a very high perceived value where it would take them a tremendous amount of time to be able to figure it all out. And it's also got to be easy to consume. I'm always floored by people that do lead magnet like email sequences. Like what they'll do is they'll say, look, we're going to give you a email chain over the next 2 weeks, and we're going to reveal the strategy over the next 2 weeks. Well, I've never had success with that. And the reason I believe I've never had success with that strategy is because they want it now. The whole reason they got the lead magnet is they wanted to solve that problem now, not over the next 2 or 3 weeks, right? So it's got to be easy to consume right now. And it can't be full with jargon and lots of information based on your perspective. It's just got to be uber easy. At a glance, they can see it. Now, I've seen all kinds of audits, and I tell you, some of these audits are just awful. They talk in, HTML, H6s, and you got H4s and H5s, and you're like, what? It's like some type of disease that your website has based on all these acronyms. So it also has to allow instant accessibility, right? So that's another thing when you drip stuff out to someone, you want them right now to have it. They don't have to go double opt in, and they don't have to go now this website, and then they get a username and password, and they go log into something. It should be instantly there, because if you wait, if they don't get it instantly, then you run the risk of it just going somewhere else in another one of those emails that they'll never get back to. So you want to make sure it appears right then and there for someone. It also creates a high value call to action. So your lead magnet is a salesperson. So here's what I would say. What you want to do with the lead magnet is you want to think, would you walk up to a person read the lead magnet out loud and be able to make a sale? Think of that. Would you be able to read the lead magnet to a person and make a sale? And some of these magnets are so generic. It's like, hey, learn how to, use video marketing to get more customers. And they go, well, there are 9 types of different videos, and this is what you can do, and this is what you can do. I mean, I could find that junk anywhere, right? You want to be very specific about the video and how it converts, and give a case study and how they can create a video and give them some options. And then all of a sudden, you're going to make an offer saying, if you would like a free video done for your business, click here. Does that make sense? In your lead magnet, it has to be a salesman for you. It has to be selling for you. So you have to create a very high value call to action in it. And nobody ever does this. Now, some lead magnets have 1 or 2 or 3 of these, and some magnets have, maybe 4. But when you combine all 7, you crush it in the marketplace. Make sense? Okay, good. So I want to find out just real quick, how close are you to success? So when it comes to your lead magnets right now, are you having lead magnets for yourself? And I thought I had some polls here, but I guess I don't. Was there a poll we were going to do, Marina?
Yes, and I was very sure it would show up right now as it is. But
there's no polls. I'm sorry about that. I was just going to take some polls and show it with everybody, but unfortunately, there are no polls to be seen in our system. So, but no worries. Let's just give me a little feedback here, and I'll give you. I'll let you know based on a percentage of everybody in the call right now. So let me ask you, do you have a live lead magnet right now up and running? 1 for yes or 2 for no? 1 for yes or 2 for no? Okay, so it looks like looks like about 70% of you have a yes. Excellent, excellent. And you should, right? If you're following the strategies that we have, everybody should have a lead magnet. There's nobody that shouldn't have a lead magnet, but if you don't, that's good. So about 70% of you. Now, here's the next question for the 70% of you. Are you getting 100 visitors a week to that lead magnet? Yes or no? Put 1 in the chat box, or 2. If you do not, are you getting 100 visitors a week? All right, so now it flipped. It's about 80% of you are not getting visitors to your lead magnet. And what a crime that is, right? I mean, you spent the time putting it together. It's huge value in the marketplace, and you're so distracted. You're not getting an easy 100 visitors a week to the lead magnet. Think of that. Why are you so distracted? But let me ask you this. Is that lead magnet converting 20% or more? So 1 or 2, 20% or more. 20% or more. Now it's literally 95% are 2s in the chat box. And we have over 200 people on the line here. So this is pretty incredible that something so easy to do and no one's really doing it. So here's the huge opportunity. If 95% of the competition isn't doing it, can you see right now why you've got to start focusing on creating your lead magnet and putting the system together? Because no one else is doing it in the marketplace. Your competition is dead in this area. So put 1 in the chat box if you see that is a huge opportunity right now that you need to focus on. Okay, good. Because we're going to go through step by step and actually do that. And by the way, Marina, if there's some, we have some of the case study people that we asked to come on if they're on the line. Could you make sure they're panelists so I could see them? That'd be great. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use an example of a local analyzer to help illustrate and execute on these strategies. So I didn't just want to give you theory. That was like the first 15 minutes. I want to give you the exact practical step-by-step strategies so you can model this and start being successful starting now. So this is our local analyzer lead magnet funnel. Number 1 is we get traffic, right? There's email traffic. We use Lead Kahuna and Prospect Rocket. You can use PPC or Facebook ads or display ads or social media. And I'm going to show you what type of Facebook ads we actually use for our lead magnet. And then they go to an opt-in page. And you always want to split test your opt-in page. The problem is it's always difficult to split test any type of page. I mean, think about going to like a lead pages or a WordPress site where you got to create the page and then you got to duplicate that page and you got to change something out. Then you got to take both links and you got to go get some type of rotator link and you got to combine them together. It's just, who wants to do that? It's really difficult to do. So I'm going to show you an easy way to split test that takes literally 10 seconds. And then they get their lead magnet, and then that lead magnet has call to actions for them to say, yes, I want more information, and then they capture the lead. So just give me some feedback. One in the chat box if you see, if that makes sense to you. Going, okay, traffic to an opt-in page, they get the lead magnet, and then they call us. Okay, good. So the question is, does this really, does this really work? Because it seems pretty simple. Well, let me give you the story of 3 different ads. And this is driving traffic on Facebook. We got Happy Holly, we've got Pumped Up Partners, and we've got Stressed Out Sam. And so, there you go. You see my screen? I apologize for that. I don't know what happened. So, good. So we've got the tale of 3 ads. We've got Happy Holly, Pumped Up Partners, and we've got really Stressed Out Sam. So my question is, which one do you think converted the best? So look at the ads real quick. I'll give you a few seconds. Number 1 is Happy Holly. Number 2 is Pumped Up Partners. Number 3 is Stressed Out Sam. So think of the headlines. New free software lets you, right? They all got the same headline. They all got the same headline. They have a little bit different subheadline. So let's take a look at it. Well, Pumped Up Partners, we're getting a cost per action of 17 cents, 68 clicks. Happy Holly, look at that, 2 cost per action, or I'm sorry, cost per click of 21 cents, 22 cents almost. And then Stressed Out Sam, well, kind of stressed me out too because 27 cents. So can you see the difference between 17 cents and 27 cents is almost a 40% budget, 30 to 40% budget swing. So that's the difference of paying either $400 or $700. I'd rather pay the $400. So now think about what's on the page that you're seeing. What is it? What is on the page that you think that Pumped Up Partners did such a good job compared to Stressed Out Sam? What do you think it is? All right, so I'll give you a hint. It has to do with emotion. What emotion is being shown here? What emotion is being shown? Excitement. They look happy. Everybody wants to look happy. Everyone wants to feel happy. So when we're doing ads, one of the most important things you need to do is the image that you show must express an emotion. And you've got a choice. It can be emotion of excitement and accomplishment, or stressed out and difficulty. And so we find that emotion of excitement and accomplishment always beats out stressed out or difficult. Make sense? Now, are they looking at a lead magnet? Are they looking at a website? Are they looking at display ads? Are they looking at their grades at school? What are they looking at? Does anybody know? You might figure that out. It could be anything, right? Could be anything. So just understand that you can use a really good photo over and over and over and over again for different lead magnets. So once you find that photo that goes really, really well, then you keep using it and keep using it and keep using it. So let's jump in here to do some headline split tests. Okay, which one? Free reputation grader to get more customers fast, or discover what your customers are saying online. What do you think? Number 1 or number 2? Number 1's on the left, number 2's on the right. Okay, those of you that said number 1, you are absolutely right. So what do you think the difference is in the headline? What do you think the difference is? What do you think really got people's attention? Right? Free and get more customers. free and get more customers. Those two phrases, free and get more customers, from my experience, have been the two most powerful words or phrases that can be used in any type of marketing. Free and get more customers. Get more customers is the benefit. Free is the benefit. So very short. It's 4 words, 2 powerful statements. Always use them in your marketing. Ad description split test. New free software lets you search top business directories to find errors in optimization issues. Free new local reputation score software gives you an instant look at what customers are saying about you online. Number 1 or number 2? What do you think? Come on, I need everybody chiming in here. Listen, I already know the answers to all this. This is for you. And when you engage with me and you put down an answer in your mind, you're making a commitment. And when you're wrong, trust me, subconsciously, you're going to want to be made right. So you're going to learn this much faster if you're engaging than if you're just sitting back listening, doing something else. Okay, those of you that said number 2, you're wrong. So what do you think is the difference? What do you think is the difference? Free new local reputation score software. What is local reputation score software? What is local reputation score software? Who knows? I don't know. Are they scoring my credit? Are they scoring me personally? Is it a dating site? You see that? It's not defining as much as new free software lets you search top business directories to find errors in optimization issues. You see it now? Can everybody see it? Okay, good. So now let's go to image split test. Now you guys probably know this one, but which one wins, do you think? Stressed Out Sam or Pumped Up Partners? All right. Oh, did someone really put 2 in the chat box? I want to taser you, Pat. Who up? Oh my goodness. I'm just kidding. But look at the difference financially, right? Pumped Up Partners. Yeah, it's emotional excitement. 30 cents compared to 46 cents. That's almost a 50% expense because you chose the wrong photo. Isn't that cool? So this is why you need to split test. This is critical. So our local analyzer lead magnet funnel. So this is what we just did. We did Facebook ads, right? Everybody get the funnel? So that's just one. How many of you would like me to do more trainings on email and display ads and social media? You like this type of training where we can go through it? I can show you step by step. Okay, good. Because I'll do more of these if you want, right? This is pure training. This is a lot of the training that our mastermind members get every single week. So now, what's the next step? The opt-in page, right? So let's take a look at opt-in pages for a second. The tale of 3 landing pages. So we got the fence page. 90% of fence buyers will research your company online before they call. What will they find? We have the wall, free instant report, find out your local reputation score. And we've got the city, free reputation report, 197 value. What's your company reputation score? Find out instantly. Okay, we've got one that had 2,200 visitors, 35% conversion on the scan. Another had 251 visitors with 26% conversion, and one had 92 with only, they only had a 12% conversion. Now, let me just ask you, are all these conversions great? I mean, all these conversions are awesome, right? But one is beating out the others dramatically. The question is, which one? So look very carefully and think about what your eyes are seeing and what's important. Which one? Are you the expert? Are you the one that really knows your stuff? So which one do you think? So 1 is on the left, 2 is in the middle, and 3 is on the right. Which one do you think got the 35% conversion? All right. So number 1, all right. Number 3, nice. 1 and 3. And no one for 2? Nobody thinks 2 is going to convert, huh? Wow. Well, I tell you, we have a lot of smart people here. Or do we? Because number 2 has a 35% conversion rate. So 1 actually has the worst conversion rate. Why is that? Why is that? So let's look at this for a second. 1, okay, I want you to see how busy the city is behind the text. It's very hard to read. You're making me strain. It's got lots of distractions. And the number 1 rule of ads and the number 1 rule of when you're showing an offer is you never, ever distract from the text or the offer. And so it's still converted well though, right? I mean, let's not like, shoot it down. It's a 12% conversion. Now, the third one converted really well too. And I believe it converted well because it does have the clarity, but it also has the reference point to the actual niche saying, hey, they're talking about a fencing company, right? So they've got the image. But the reason the first one converted is the offer is simple and it's clear. Simple and clear. And I believe what I'm going to be showing you this week and next week is going to crush these types of conversions. If you think this is good, you haven't seen anything yet, because here's what we're realizing. The offer needs to be uber simple, typically under 5 to 10 words, the entire offer, and then allow them to take action and allow an emotional appeal to happen, right? Does that make sense? And so we're going to do even better than what we're currently doing right now. So now let's take a look at building some lead magnets. All right, so everyone want to do that? Now, let me ask you this. What's the number 1 reason that you don't have your lead magnets rocking right now? What's the number 1 reason? What is that? And let's mastermind for a few minutes. So before we jump in, I just want to hear from some of you, and I'll read it out loud so everybody can hear what everybody else is struggling with as well, right? I don't know how to build one. I don't have time to build one, right? It's too difficult to advertise. Honestly, lack of focus, right? Excuses and not enough time. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Those of you that are struggling with time, because I get a lot of time, right? John Ball says, time to do it, still learning. So John, here's what I want you to do. You've been sitting around watching me for the last 15 minutes when you could have created 10 lead magnets. So don't tell me you don't have enough time, right? I can tell John that, because John's a fantastic marketer. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on landing pages. Watch me now, right? I'm going to click on create a new page. Choose, I'm going to name it, and this is going to be my dentist, let's say. Dentist page. Choose it. Whoops, selected, and click finish. Now, 1 apple, 2 apple, 3 apple, 4 apple, and I'm done. I'm done. I'm 100% done. Nothing else to do, right? And this, remember, now we learned this, right? This is kind of a busy background, right? A little bit. So what should we do? Well, we could absolutely do a lot of cool things. Now, on the left-hand side, I want to show you how easy this is to work with. So what we did is we developed a system that's got blocks and controls. So watch your screen very carefully. So the blocks are all the different sections. So every time I hover over an area, see this, I hover over this area, this is a block. I hover over this area, this is a block. And every time you see this little control icon, you just click it and here are all the controls. So I can actually change the look and feel of everything in here in just seconds, right? Amazing new technology. Background color. Make it a little bit darker, a little bit lighter if I wanted to, right? I mean, just all kinds of things. I can put a background image in the back. So if I make this completely clear, I just want to show you how easy this is to work with. No HTML needed. So if I want to go to my gallery and I want to put a nice green background in here, click select, insert it. That green background would be in there, and now It should have been in there. All right, there we go. There we go. So you can see how easy that is. Now, there's lots of cool things that you could be doing here, but look at all the different blocks that we've got. We've got feature blocks to feature, and if you want to move these around, you can say, look, I can move this one on top. So all I have to do is take this and move it up. Isn't that cool? Or I can take it here and move it down. So you've never seen a builder this easy before. That's all done for you. So you can see here we've got all these amazing pages. And by the way, how many of you don't have a good looking website? Or how many of you say, look, this website is a lot nicer than the site that I have? How many of you are like that right now? You can use one of these pages as your actual official website if you wanted to, with an amazing offer. Wouldn't that be cool? So if I click preview, right, you could make this your website. You could change this from talking about local analyzer to talking about your business and your feature or your services and all the different information that's here. You could use all these different blocks. We've got testimonial blocks and content blocks and benefit blocks, all designed specifically for you. Is that cool? So now let's take a look at some of the really easy ways. Now all this, by the way, is mobile friendly. You can see here, I just click mobile up here at the top, and look how beautiful this comes out on a mobile phone. Isn't that nice? I mean, that looks fantastic. But let's actually go back here and let's see how quickly we could change it for a dentist. So I'm going to go back here. I want to click my cover controls, and I want to click my background image, and I'm going to go from into my gallery, and let's choose a photo. Let's see if there's a good photo here I can use. Probably not one that I've got right now, but let's do maybe an attorney photo. That'd be good. So I'm gonna select it, click insert. That look awesome? I mean, look how easy that was. Now, if I want to, I can actually remove this left content box. So every time I hover over something, it's right here, but look at this. Wouldn't that be cool? You could just leave it like this, a real simple opt-in. What are your customers seeing about you online? So can everybody see how quickly you can change the look and feel specifically to target a market that you're going after? And the more specific you are with your messaging, the better conversions you're going to have. So really quickly, what questions you have on just building? Because, I mean, this is really super easy to do. What questions you have? If you click on opt-in box, you can actually make this button a pop-up. Watch this. Boom, and it's gone. So then this is your pop-up that happens. So now the opt-in is absolutely gone with one click. And now you can split test exactly the same page. One with an opt-in, one without an opt-in, to see which one converts better for you. So now if I click save, so this is what I'm saying. What is hopefully the one big thing that you've taken away so far going, David is making it uber easy to split test so that we don't have to do all the work, right? Now if I click preview and watch this so you can see, now they come to the page, they see your video, they click show me my score, and there it is. Step one, search for your business. And there you go. So exact same workflow, just a different way of doing it. Oh, and there's my exit pop. So lots of really easy ways to do split test. Don't you wish everybody had really taken the time to build this type of system for marketers so they didn't have to go out and, figure it all out and spend hours and hours and hours? We literally did this split test in under 15 minutes and built brand new pages. So what questions do you have before we move on? I want to go a little bit deeper here, right? What questions do you have? As a matter of fact, here's what I'd like to do. I want to bring a few people on so you can hear from them that are doing split testing and working with some of these strategies. And let's see here. unfortunately, there we go. So I'm going to bring on, oh wow, we have so many people on tonight. That's fantastic. So I'm going to bring on Dirk. See if I can get Dirk. There we go. Hey, Dirk, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Hey, good. So any big takeaways so far that you've seen, like some of the ground we've covered?
Yeah, I'm the one that had the Houston busy site, so definitely
that was
see
yours?
that.
That was yours?
That was mine.
That was fantastic. I didn't realize that.
But I won the contest of how many people did actually opt in.
Nice.
But
nice.
It took a lot.
So tell me, what's been your
what's
been your experience using a lead magnet, local analyzer, and how has that helped your business?
Oh, it's huge, very huge. I mean, just you know, what I did was I took the 5-day fire sale basically for local analyzer. The big key that I found is making it personal. You got to make sure that you picture yourself in their position, which means if you are trying to work with anybody in the medical, never say customer. You know, that's one thing I learned a long time ago. You never say customer, they always say patient. And so it's all in wording, and that also translates over that I can see. I mean, I chose just to be more generic just by saying Houston, but now that it's so much more easier to do split testing and make it more industry specific, I'm going to be doing that. Especially, I love this fact that you're going to be able to have just the button without putting their name down there, because I believe that that's been a big reason why they haven't converted, is they are thinking, oh, they're going to get buried with emails or whatever, that kind of a thing. But it's worked great for me. I get lots of times, people opting in and getting emails saying, hey, this person just pulled their report, this person just flagged it because they want it fixed. And it's beautiful because this happens just about every day. So I'm able to just call them up and talk with them about the report.
So I want to bring up a mastermind concept that we talk about, and that's stacking the offer. And one thing that I want everybody to know that Dirk does really well is he stacks his offers. So when they say no to, let's say, one offer, he just sends them to the next one about 2 weeks later. So Dirk, could you give an example or illustration of stacking lead magnet offers and how that's really helped you?
Oh, yeah. So typically what I've been doing up to before doing the social covers is I'll start off with the expose or video, and then whether they've opened or ignored, I wait for 2 weeks, and then I bring them the heat, which is the local analyzer. And we have them go through that 5-day local analyzer thing, and the opt-in actually is longer than a 5-day. Beautiful, because when they opt in, we actually are able to, of course, capture all that information that they scanned on their report, and we can make it personal on the emails by saying, hey, I noticed that your score was such and such, and you were missing this amount, and that you need these kinds of citations. And so it's so customized to them. They really believe, I think, that we have looked at their report, and we are seriously interested in helping them. And that's where I get a lot of people will go ahead and reply and request, more information or some help, kind of a thing. And it's beautiful because we're here to help them.
So I want to read the big takeaways that I got from what Dirk just said. Is number one, it's not about one lead magnet. It's about stacking your lead magnets together. So when they say, no, I don't want to take this lead magnet, then 2 weeks later you send them another one. And the secret sauce that Dirk's been using is saying, look, we go after them with an offer, and if they say no, then we send them local analyzer. Or we start out with local analyzer and say no to that, then we send them another offer. The point is stacking them together is the success that you're looking for. And one of the things that Dirk had said inside the mastermind, which I found awesome, is he started out with one lead magnet, and they said no. Then he sent them another lead magnet, and they said no. Then he sent them a third offer, and they said yes to the third offer. So I want you to think about that for just a moment.
Yep.
How many times do you send out one email and stop? But Dirk doesn't send out one email. He sends out 4 or 5 emails per offer, and he doesn't stop there when they say no. He sends them 2 weeks later another offer, and he didn't stop there when they say no. He sends them another offer, and he gets them. So here's the thing. It's my opinion, and Dirk, I just want to be your thoughts on this. It's my opinion that when you're sending out a cold email to someone, right, they're not looking at you as being credible yet. Right. But when you're consistently giving value, and obviously you don't want to send, just, hey, buy now, buy now, buy now. These are free. They're valuable offers for a very limited time. And now this is the third one they missed. Now, here's the secret. Please write this down, Carla. Constance, please write this down. Mike, Richard, really important. The last email that you send in your offer needs to say, I'm sorry, it's closed. That's the secret. Because if you just send them offer after offer after offer, then they're going to be like, this person just pummeling me with a bunch of free offers. But when you say it's closed, and then the next time you send them an offer and you say it's closed, they go, man, I can't really get that offer anymore. The answer is no, you can't. Then you send them a third offer, they end up trying it and getting in. And what was the last one that you had said that you had closed? What was the setup in the monthly?
Well, just continue on that one point. I had the hardest time at first putting that last email saying it's closed, I'm sorry, too bad, so sad. Because at first, when I did that, I get some people that were a little upset. I don't want anybody upset at me. But I finally decided just to go ahead and do it because, one, if I pause it, because I was pausing, and then that would screw up everything. But two, what I learned was a lot of people would open that last one, they would open it because of the what was on the on the title for opening. So they would open that one, and then they would either reply that yeah, I'd be interested in a future thing, and then of course I would be able to mark them on that. But definitely, I'm just telling everybody, you got to do it because if you don't, you're not credible.
Yep. You're
just some other sneaky sales guy, and you've got to shut the door. But on the second note that you were saying, it was the third one was 5 stars in 5 days, and they opened it, they opted in, we gave them the report. In that when they opt in, you give them everything what they need to do, but they then booked an appointment with me and said, hey, we need help, and they definitely needed help. And there was a solar installer, and they had a lot of bad reviews on there, and they're saying, hey, it's really affecting business. And they said, I'll tell you what, let me meet with you. And so we set up an online meeting, and I combined what we normally do in 2 in 1 just because they needed to have that right then and there. And I brought out the local analyzer, and I said, well, this is, we got to look at all of this. And here's your visibility grade, and here's your reputation grade, and look at these negative reviews. Those negative reviews are glaring, and they're very recent. The only way you can get those things dealt with is you've got to have a lot of good reviews to push those negative reviews down. That's the only way to do it. And the only way to do that is with a system like what we have. And, we're all set up, love to do it, pull the trigger, and, they were ready to go. We'll do the whole thing. And so they signed that day, put money down, we got them going, and we already sent the first initial feedback survey and review requests. They've been getting lots of good emails. They love it. So that was the third. That was the third.
Brilliant. Thanks so much, Dirk. That was some great insight. I want to bring on Dan Smith for a few seconds here. Hey, Dan, how are you?
Hey, how you doing this evening?
Hey, good. So your thoughts on using lead magnets and ease of operation to set up or local analyzer. So how have you been successful with it?
Well, so I actually have a campaign running right now. And I've got, I do it, one thing I started doing is a warming email sequence first, and I do it with some very Google-oriented local marketing, and I put one link in there to the landing page, and I'm really doing it to clean up the email or to say, see who's going to opt out. And usually I don't get a lot of opt-outs at that point because I'm providing 100% information. And then it goes automatically about 2 days later, I think is why I have it set, to a local analyzer email setup, similar to the 5 days. And then that strategy goes there where invites them into doing the scan. And one thing that I'm actually right now, local analyzer, creating all my A/B tests because it's so easy now. And I have a few that were A/B from before, but because this is just like social covers, it's just so easy to create my duplicate page. So now, right now, this current test, I actually was able to set up the A/B right now for the emails that just launched after 6 o'clock tonight. So, and so I'm really excited to see what the results are in this particular campaign, but it's just so easy. I mean, I didn't even touch anything. I'd actually forgot the delay that this was going. All of a sudden, I start getting a bunch of emails. Oh, so you just got to open email. Oh, an open email. And I'm like, oh, okay. It was kind of, you make it easy when we haven't set up an automation like that. So things just run, you get emails.
What have been your conversions? So can you give some insights on what you've been seeing for your conversions of driving traffic to the page, people scanning, and then converting and getting their information?
Yeah, so one we did one in automotive. It was we had 196 landing or views, 42 scans, and 35 hit the view gate.
Oh wow!
That particular one, that was a really successful campaign we did. Certain industries, certain areas, I just get really good. I did a real estate one, which was actually kind of surprising. This one just went out, and I had 267 views with 39 scans and 33 view gates. So I'll be looking into that. And these were just kind of pretty over the last 30 days, I guess. Or no, that one was a prior campaign. I remember that one, those numbers. This one was a newer campaign here on the auto reports. And then we had, there was another one I did, but I can't. And now we're doing, and then, because like you mentioned the mobile pages, Dave, I really want to encourage this. I do have something else. I have made a relationship with a Google photographer, and he has a particular landing page that he goes out and shows people. And I actually use this myself. I used it today, and he used it actually for a client that he was shooting a photo, and showed him right there. He did a scan form, shows him on his phone, hey, I got a guy who will help you fix this up right here. I just want to show you, since I'm here, maybe you ought to understand, how important my photos are on Google, but how if you're not getting the traffic, I'm not getting my photos seen. And so he's done, since our partnership, he's done 31 views, and we've gotten 18 scans, and almost all of those people have converted.
Wow.
So a partnership like this, you giving him his own report with his name on it, basically, and he just goes, oh, here, I've got it. So it's personalized to him, but he shows it off to the businesses, and I get the scans. I know where he's at.
And then what do you split with him? Do you give him a commission, or is it just, or you?
He gets it's like a commission on the project. And
so how many of you, let me ask you about, how many of you can see yourself creating a page for a strategic partner, maybe an SEO company, maybe something like that, that you don't do that type of service, and they could actually use it for their business to get leads, and you could say, look, every time someone scans, you get the lead, right? But we'll work together, and if they end up doing my services, you'll get a commission on that. I mean, that's a huge opportunity. And Dan, just in closing here, I want to ask you about the warming. What have you seen been successful in the content of warming before a lead magnet?
So in this particular case, I get very specific warming material about Google Local or Google Maps.
Okay.
And then when my first email comes on this, it's actually directed, oh, you remember that Google important information about Google, or one of, I'm split testing all the headlines, but and so there they go, oh yeah. So I'm seeing a lot more opens on that first email. doing that. So
okay, so you're sending them like more ranking or getting visible or how to get in maps, or you send them some really pure content for a few emails, and then you make the offer of, hey, we got this free report. If you're, is that correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Great job, Dan. Thank you so much, man. This has been just an incredible insights into their business. Now, let's actually take a look at the report, right? So now that we've got, our pages down, so you can see we created a page. Now click you show me, and what they do is they simply type in their company name, and because I'm because where I am right now, it's actually looking at my IP address and searching around. So even though a company's name might be the same in different areas of the country, even different areas of the world, it doesn't matter because it knows and tracks that IP address and then pulls it in. So pretty easy to do. So I'm just going to put in like B, see if maybe there's a burger joint around here or anything like that. And then you just click now, show me my score. And then what happens is now what we're doing is we're indoctrinating them with data because we want them to sit and wait for a few minutes, right? We want them to see 88% of visitors will spend time on your website, right? 87% of referrals go online first to find more about information. So we just want them to sit there. And then what we're going to do is then we show them the actual report. And so now the report here, let me just pause this one real quick. So I've got a full report. So you can see we've got 4 different areas: visibility, reputation, video visibility, and negative reviews. And so this is an automotive dealership. They're doing a great job, but also I want you to see what we do with maps. So we have this really beautiful design of we take the category of the company in Google, which is car dealer, and the city that they're located in, and then we go to Google Maps, we find out who's ranking and getting all their business. So here's the question: why aren't you number 1 in your market? Pretty compelling, huh? I want you to look at your screen right now because this can crush it for you, right? You can sell citations. You can sell reputation. You can sell optimization. This is insane what you're going to be able to sell. And by the way, if they are number 1 in their marketplace, this map does not show at all. This whole section is removed because it's already ranking. We're not going to show them, hey, why aren't you ranking the number 1? So we already know if they are ranking number 1, if their name is right here for this keyword in that city, this map area does not show up at all. It's automatically removed. So Maria says, why is number 1 above number 2 and has more reviews? Well, you would need to understand how to rank a business, and that it's not about how many reviews you have, right? It's a myriad of factors. There's about 48 different factors involved in ranking. So that would be completely different training. But the point of it is now you have an opportunity to easily show them. But look, we even show you more, right? You got a low amount of citations. You have 5 inaccurate listings. We have 4 sites with no reviews, even though, hey, you got a lot of good reviews. Very good, right? And you have good optimization on your website, right? So you can see here there's some issues they got to contend with, but now is our call to action. Learn more about these issues. They click on this, and now they can put in their information, and we've already grabbed all their data in here. Isn't that cool? So now you get this lead with all the data inside your system. Now, let's take a look at their visibility. We take a look to make sure the phone numbers are matching. So you can see doesn't match here, doesn't match here, doesn't match here, right? Doesn't match here. These guys need some, they could be doing a lot better, right? They're not on Judy's Book. They're not on Best of the Web. They're not on any of these sites, Hot Frog or iLocal. And then their reputation grade. You can see here they're missing Dexnos and Merchant Circle. They're missing a lot of different sites. And then we show them all the negative reviews in the last 6 months. Now, this is really powerful, right? If they start to read all their the reviews here, and then they have 512 recent reviews. That's really good, right? In the last 6 months, it's pretty good actually. So now these are all the reviews in 6 months, but here's a sentiment analysis, right? Now we can show them what main keywords are people talking about and what's the sentiment behind it. And then we show them their video visibility. Now, in 150 pulls I've done, I've never seen someone with all three. So this is really, really rare. But it goes to show you, right, that they're doing a good job in some areas. So this isn't a report that says, ooh, it's just all tainted to bad. It's a very accurate report of how good or how bad they're actually doing. Does that make sense? Is this Rep Kahuna? No, Serena. For the last hour, I've been saying that we've been using Local Analyzer. Local Analyzer. This is our Local Analyzer system that we've been kind of modeling for you and what it means to have a really good a web page. Now, these are some of the new designs. Yeah, actually, that would be a good one to show right now. But that's a nice design there, right? Nice and clean, free reputation report, right? Nothing's clouding the offer at all. So giving you some other ideas of that. So what questions do you have on the report? Any questions on the report at all? Is that helpful? Now, I want you to see something I think is really powerful, and that's this. We don't have one call to action, right? So let me just kind of open this back up again. We've got fix this listing, create this listing, get reviews, contact us, and they all go to an opt-in. So this is what I'm saying about your lead magnet has to have powerful call to actions for your upsell. David, can you do a quick how to set up the map feature? The map feature is automatic. Any new pages that you set up, the map feature is already designed, but you can turn it off in here. So what you do is you click, you go into, oh, can't go there. Click edit, and you go into your dashboard, and any page, click edit the page, and it's under your report controls. See your report controls here? Click on report, and you can turn your view gate off and view gate on. So that's another great thing to be able to split test, right? One page has a view gate on, the other one does not. One has an exit pop, the other one does not. And right here it says map ranking section. For any new ones you create, it should automatically be turned on, but if it's not, that's how you turn it on. Supposedly we programmed it to be on by default, and you could turn it off here. And if it's not, maybe that's just, we'll get that turned on. Robert said these improvements are great, but can we edit the report just because sometimes there are a couple of mistakes? So Robert, we have, what happens when you're talking about mistakes is that you're assuming that something is there, but it's not. Sometimes a company can actually pull a report that's not actually their report because they have multiple Google listings or they put the wrong address in. So I would take a look at that. But no, there's no way to edit the report. We actually go to the actual businesses themselves and to their actual listings themselves and get all the data. So you shouldn't have any issues with that at all. Is there a way to, let's see here. Sorry, there's a little noise in the background. Let me kind of mute everybody. There we go. Is there a way to keep multi-locations from showing other addresses in the wrong NAP? So Chris, it's a great question, but that's impossible to do. So realize the address itself is what we're looking for as a match. So if you take a look at the page and we type in, they're selecting the actual business. Like if you type in here, right? They're not these are the actual listings, right? So there can't be any mistakes because that listing has this phone number, has that address, and we look for other addresses that match exactly this business. So now there's always going to be a little bit of dichotomy. For instance, there's 3 McDonald's in the same area, right? But they're going to have different addresses. They're going to have different phone numbers. So you should have no problem with that whatsoever. First of all, let me just ask real quick. Did everybody get the opportunity to see, right, that we have a lead magnet that solved the problem? Yes? We have a lead magnet that revealed the upsell problem. Yes? We articulated an uber-specific issue. We gave a very high perceived value in the information. Yes? We made it easy to what? We made it very, very easy to consume. Not this big, long 42-page ebook. It's one page, very easy. We made it instantly to easily access. They didn't have to go and double opt in, or they have to go log into a website to get their information and download it. It was instantly right there in front of them. They didn't have to go to even their email to check it. And then last, did we create high value call to actions? Yes? Yeah. So can you see the power and ease of operation if you put all these together? You heard two people that are crushing it live on the call tonight. Now, I don't know how many webinars you've been on, but I can tell you, unless someone's selling you something, right? And even when they're trying to sell you something, there aren't live people having huge success. We're having huge success because we not only have the tools, but also the psychology, and more importantly, the push button ease of operation to put it all together. So let me tell you, you're in the right place at the right time. So quick start to get customers. Number one, get your lead magnet out, send to companies you know. Send to companies you've done business with, right? It's a very easy thing to do starting today. Companies you use, right? There's nothing wrong with going to a restaurant and pulling out a lead magnet saying, hey, you know what? I really enjoyed my lunch. I really enjoyed dinner. And I was about to leave you a review online. And what I did is I pulled a report on you and I found some issues. So I'd like to send you the report to help you out because this is what I do for a living. Is that too difficult? Is that difficult at all? To be able to allow your lead magnet, this is why audits are so valuable, right? Allowing your lead magnet to be in the everyday conversations you have. Send it to strategic partners. We heard that tonight, right? Dan's like, look, I gave it to a strategic partner. He's crushing it. Email your page to businesses. A lot of you have Lead Kahuna. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask right now, put 2 in the chat box if you're not running Lead Kahuna right now. And then what I want you to do is give me your address so I can send a drone and taser you through the window. Because you should never, ever, ever be on a call with me without running Lead Kahuna. Right? You're busted. That's right. Absolutely busted. So here's what I'll do. I'll just Amazon you one to your wife. Is that cool? I'll Amazon one to your wife, and then and then when she hears my voice on the call, I'll say, all right, you can taser him now. Okay? Good. Running as we speak. All right, good. All right. So now post your page to social media. How many of you put 2 in the chat box if you haven't posted your lead magnet to your social media pages? Come on. Admit it. Come on. Admit it. I can't tase you right now. You can admit it. You're safe. All right. Now think about this. How many of you don't post it every month? You should be posting it once every month. What is wrong? Hadn't thought of that, huh? Well, you're posting other stuff about politics and about your bunnies and about kids and about everything else, right? Say, look, and do it for a week. Hey, we're reopening we're reopening our lead magnet report, or our lead magnet. Don't use that language. We're opening our free reputation report for this week and this week only. Right? If you know of a business or work for a business, you should check out what people are saying online. Click here. So powerful strategies. So real quickly here, before we get to some questions, put 2 in the chat box if you do not have local analyzer. Real quick, 2 in the chat box if you do not have local analyzer. Okay, so here's what we do. I won't go through it all, but I just want to leave this up here for a second. It's a $1 trial if you'd like to try it. Right? It's $1. You're a customer. You're on our list. Right? If you go to localanalyzer.com/$. Now, Local Analyzer works in USA, UK, Australia, and Canada. So, listen, in bonus number 2 that we give you for $1, this is right here, this is a $1,000 training course on driving traffic through Facebook. This alone, if you do not get take the $1 and just watch this, most of everyone that has gone through this training of ours say it's better than $2,000 and $3,000 trainings that they've taken in Facebook. It is 3 hours of step-by-step detail, everything you need to know, from naming conventions to split testing to driving traffic. If you want to learn how to drive traffic the way I showed you from Facebook, this is the course. Make sense? All right, so yeah, I'll just leave this up here if you want that. Now let's get some questions. What if we have it and don't use it? Do we have to pay more? No, I mean, what if you have it and don't use it? Randy, if you have it and don't use it, I would think you would be silly. You don't have to pay anymore. I don't understand. Yeah, you don't have to pay for it again if you already got it. I'm just talking to people that do not have it. Oh, that was a joke. Oh, sorry. It's hard to know if it's a joke or not. Okay, we'll just scratch that one, Randy. All right, so what questions do you have on Local Analyzer? What questions do you have on running traffic? What questions do you have about sending out emails? What questions do you have about converting? What questions do you have about what to sell from a lead magnet? Anything that has to do with the lead magnet. I already have the Local Analyzer. Where can I find the Facebook lead traffic training? That's in the knowledge base. If you go into the knowledge base, it's there, right? So it's under special bonuses, and you click on special bonuses. We have the entire training in the knowledge base. Where is the file to fix what? Where's the file to fix what Local Analyzer finds? So if there's an issue, where's their training to know how to fix it? It's in the knowledge base, some of it, but honestly, we don't have here's the services you need for this specific, issue, right? And here's where to get those services. We don't have that. We're assuming that if you got Local Analyzer, you can see that they need citations, right? You can see they need rankings. You can see they need video. In the worst case scenario, obviously videos are pretty easy to create with Red Videos. So would you like to do a training on that, by the way? Would you like to be a training on that, by the way? Would you like to train on, maybe next time we can train on all the specific things that Local Analyzer does, and then all the different offers you can make. Is that cool? All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night, and we'll see you in the next training. Bye for now.